It's Friday, December 10th. And this is Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast. I'm Dennis, and I'll be your host as we explore the latest Marvel happenings across all media, as well as the occasional off-brand superpowered story, if we have any. And when I say we, I'm referring to an assembly of nerd Avengers. First up, let's get them out here right now because I don't like wasting time. He's got 99 video games to play, and Fortnite is one. It's Frank.
Oh, man. I never thought I'd be playing Fortnite. I never thought I'd have it downloaded on my system.
You're coming back because Spider-Man's there.
That's the only reason, honestly. I just want to play as Spider-Man.
He looks so much better than he does in Avengers.
I know. I saw his character model. And
I don't even mind that he's carrying a gun.
Yeah, who cares? Yeah, it's fine. He breaks his rules. I'm surprised Tom Holland's Spider-Man's not going to do that in the next one. Start carrying guns.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing with that at some point later tonight.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Playing that with you. All right, let's bring out some more people. He's operating on zero sleep tonight, and he's running the technical side of the show. What could possibly go wrong? It's Ricky.
It's me.
Oh, man.
Yeah, dude, we're like a week away from a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, we are. By the way, why are you running on zero sleep?
I saw Ye and Drake last night at the LA Coliseum
for
the Free Larry Hoover concert. It was incredible, but this is not the Mostly Kanye podcast, so I'll save that for a later time, later date.
It's only mostly Marvel. We could talk about it.
It's mostly Marvel. We're allowed to talk about Kanye.
Kanye's ever done comic. He's done video games and a bunch of other shit, but I don't think he's ever touched like comic books and whatnot.
I find that hard to believe. He
went to a lot of E3s. You guys ever run into him?
No.
No, he like pitched his whole game about his mom. Interesting stuff.
All right.
Anyways.
That sleep deprivation is showing. Here it goes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's bring out our special guest that we have for this week. Returning to the show. I mean, the last time he was on the show was for the season finale of WandaVision. I want to say that was that March?
Day one fan.
I think that was March. I think that was back in March. We loved him then because like he brings that filthy casual point of view, and it's fun to have on every now and then. Welcome back, Oliver.
Woo!
Hello. How's it going?
Welcome back, you filthy casual. You still don't have a Marvel poster behind you.
We've had 2 COVID variants since your last appearance.
I think 2 is an underestimate.
Yeah, there's
2 known COVID variants since your last.
No, I think there's been a lot of known ones. I think just not all of them end up on the media so often. But
yeah, Ricky, keep up on your COVID variant.
We have the Omarion and the Delta Airlines variants.
See, they go alphabetically, so like I think you got to fill in everything between the D and the O.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. You're like, okay.
Yeah, it's cool. I read WebMD.
Oliver, have you been keeping up with all the Marvel shows all year long?
I have. Not like up to date, watch it weekly. But Hawkeye I have just because I knew I was going to be on, so I had to be,
reserve some time for it.
Yeah. But the other ones I've been binging. Really enjoyed WandaVision. Not WandaVision.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
Really enjoyed everything except for WandaVision.
What's your favorite Marvel content since we last saw you? Your favorite piece of Marvel content?
Just out of everything.
It can be movies. It can be movies too.
Yeah. No, I think it was Loki.
All three movies.
Loki, really?
What's the other Widow?
There's Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's What If, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, and the Eternals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen the Eternals.
January 12th, I believe, is going to be available.
I saw that today. Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I think it'd have to be Loki. I thought that was a pretty solid little show.
Ricky, I know you've been always asking me like every now and then, did I watch the Assembled for this and that and stuff? We're finally caught up on all the Assembled except for Shang-Chi. So I got to see the one for Loki, Black Widow, and then What If. And that Loki one had me feeling a lot. Like I was like, this is a really cool documentary. Like, and Tom Hiddleston really sells it, and he sells how much that character matters to him. And it did remind me like how much I enjoyed that show, with the exception of the end of it. And it's not to say that I won't love that show more, you know, in a couple of years from now, when we have Kangs running around all over the place and stuff like that. But What If still my favorite one for now.
Well, in general, I think those assembled docs, some of them, I mean, I'll say they're hit and miss, but I'm glad that there's at least one for everything now, you know, or everything moving forward.
Yeah, you just get a behind the scenes documentary on how they make everything. It's cool. It is cool. I will say the What If one was a real letdown compared to the Loki one, because the What If one, the only person they ever showed you in the recording room was Jeffrey Wright.
No.
Like, they never show any of the other actors ever, even the fake replacement actors they got for characters. You know, like, that would have been nice to see. But I think, you know, what I really wanted to see was Chadwick in the recording studio, and like, they weren't giving it to us. It was just Jeffrey Wright, and that's it. So
I wonder if there's some like weird internal thing of like them showing footage of him. You know,
who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
The internals. That's the next Marvel project they're gonna do. It'll be just all footage of people doing voiceovers.
It'll be great. It'll be great.
As long as they leave out Dude Bro Thor.
Oh yeah, please. Yeah. That wasn't your favorite, right? That was your least favorite.
That was worse than WandaVision.
Oh man. All 6. Wait, was it 9 episodes of WandaVision?
Yeah, WandaVision. 8 or 9? Was it 8?
Yeah. It was 9. I think
it was 9. It was supposed to be 10, just like What If was too. Yeah.
Yeah, but, I like that backstory of Gamora and Iron Man. That was really cool. Yeah. I like that episode. That was probably my favorite one out of all of them.
Yeah. I will say, like, as bitter as we sound sometimes, like, it's not like, we appreciate all of it. Like, this whole year has been filled with Marvel content, and I'm very happy for it. And I'm actually kind of sad that after Hawkeye, after Hawkeye and Spider-Man, we're gonna get a giant drought. It's gonna be a while before we have anything coming out. I don't remember when Miss Marvel comes out, but it's like in the spring, right?
Miss Marvel's announced. May? The next thing on deck.
Yeah, Miss Marvel does have a date. I could have sworn.
I feel like we would have saw a teaser for it by now if it was coming out.
Miss Marvel's not dated. The next thing is
2022 is all it says.
Oh, I could have sworn it was like
Multiverse of Madness.
May or June was Miss Marvel, but who knows?
Not even She-Hulk or Moon Knight Shyamalan.
I don't think any of them have a date.
They're all next year, though, a bunch of those, but like we don't get to know. But the point is, we're gonna go a few months before we have any of that, so it's gonna be weird. Mm-hmm. But we still have stuff to talk about tonight, so let me get through the formalities so we can get to all of it.
Someone go shut that dog up.
I know, right? I think those are mine. No, those are mine.
Are they
mine? Yeah, it's mine. They're in another room with the door closed, but whatever. Let me do my formalities. As advertised, we'll be putting a spotlight on episode 4 of Hawkeye tonight. But before that, we have some nerd news to discuss that Ricky's prepared for us. And for those of you joining us live, don't be shy. We'll be checking the comments regularly. And if you can't get enough of us, you should visit us at patreon.com/GenXmedia, where you'll find a variety of creative offerings, including early access to our live after show, The Soapbox. Patrons get exclusive access to chat with us, but if that's not your thing, don't worry. We'll be releasing that to the public next week. And so, yeah, the latest episode featuring Joel and Eric is up now, and it's pretty lengthy, if I remember correctly. I didn't rewatch it because it was like, that's long, but there was a lot of alcohol. It was funny. It was funny.
Speaking of long, you also get access to Dennis's OnlyFans account.
Yeah. But that's a lot more limited than it used to be, so it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, he doesn't do butt stuff anymore.
Yeah, he barely even, if at all.
Yeah, for sure.
No updates.
Yeah.
Mostly because he doesn't get spicy from the hot wings anymore.
Yeah, no, he stopped sending the Polaroids.
There's no anymore. I never do.
Dang, so lucky. I'm feeling it right now. I feel it kicking. It's brewing right now.
You had wings?
No. I had Tapioca Express, like the chicken balls.
Okay.
And like I'm all like, I just want spice level, medium, like a 3 or something.
Tapex is like a chain?
Yeah, they have one
outside
out
of
here.
San Diego?
Yeah, I was so stoked to see one out in Seattle. And I'm all like, yeah, just a medium. And I opened it, and the shit was like glowing. It was like that scene in Pulp Fiction when they open the briefcase, and it's like shining back at them. And I'm all like, well, I'm gonna try it. And I'm all like, oh god, I need ranch. I'm all, give me ranch. And they're all like, ranch? I'm a ranch. Like it's like a dressing.
Yeah,
and they're like,
a staple in Asian cuisine.
Yeah, so they're like, do you mean squid sauce? And I'm all like, no, ranch, it's ranch. And then they're all like, we don't have that. We don't know what that is. So I said,
mayo?
So I came back, or I sat down, and they came back and they were like, oh, we found this ranch in the back, and it was fucking squid sauce. And I'm all like, no, that's the first thing I said I didn't want.
So you had the squid sauce then?
I tried it. I needed something to quell the beast. That thing was like warm.
Pepto-Bismol?
I put my tongue in the snow bubble icy, and it melted everything. It was all. That's my story. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I gotta go.
As long as it ends like a cartoon, we're good.
Does it end with you shitting your pants?
It will. It will. It depends on how long soapbox goes.
That's for the soapbox, but
okay,
come on.
That's the extra paid content.
Yeah, you got to pay for that stuff. Yeah. I don't give it away. That's on my OnlyFans.
If we have extra people show up tonight, you're like required to do it at that point,
Yeah.
We're all shit.
You don't have to show it. We just
that's the category.
We just need to show your face.
4 dudes, 1 cup.
Oh man.
Ricky, I got a ramekin here.
Do
4 dudes,
we
1 ramekin.
go to news?
Do you have news for us, Ricky?
I got some stuff. Let's do it. Alrighty, as we kind of teased at the beginning of the show, Spider-Man came to Fortnite. So
was that officially this week? Was it?
Yeah, the season ended on Saturday. So that's when the Battle Pass dropped with Spider-Man or Spider-Men as an unlockable skin that you can have in the game.
Yeah.
There's also a swinging component in the game now. I believe if you get the web shooter like gauntlets or whatever.
You have to find them, right? You have to find them?
They're like an item, but you can now swing in Fortnite like Spider-Man, and you can play as Spider-Man with a fucking gun and
like in the comics.
Yeah,
it's comic accurate now.
I don't know. That's cool. I'm excited that you guys got back into Fortnite.
Well, I did. I did to try it out, and then what ended up happening is I forgot that I had like a bazillion of their currency, the V-Bucks, for reasons I won't go into. I just had a lot of it, and so I was like, I could probably unlock Spider-Man pretty damn quick. So I just unlocked. I unlocked initially like 75 levels. And then it didn't take me long.
You can gift V-Bucks to people, right?
Nope, not anymore because they're all gone.
No, never mind.
All right. Wait, so you have to buy Spider-Man as a skin?
No.
It's part of the Battle Pass.
It's part of the Battle Pass. So what that means is you gotta play. You gotta play enough to get to level 100.
Well, you have to buy the Battle Pass.
Damn, 100! Yes. Holy shit!
Yeah, you gotta buy the Battle Pass, and then play enough to get to level 100 to unlock it.
Oh man, can I just throw money? I could throw money at it, right?
Yes,
you can throw money at it.
That's what I did. I threw V-Bucks at it.
Got it.
Consistently for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, you'll be at 100.
I gotta clarify. There are dark patterns in that game that can mislead you into spending on stuff that you don't have. Do not buy anything in that game unless you talk to me first, because I bought a bunch of crap that I didn't want, and now I have it.
Yep.
And I'm like, oops, I didn't understand how that worked.
I see.
So yeah.
Okay, so throw money at it, get Spider-Man, and then just play.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I will do that.
Yeah. The seasons are like 3 months long, so you have time to get them. Like you don't necessarily have to buy your way to get them.
So it's like Apex kind of where you get do the battle pass and then it goes away after. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, if you don't get them through the season, then you miss them. But If you start now, you got.
Are they going to do a? Are they going to do a No Way Home screening inside the game?
I'm sure there'll be like the skin that, unlike the Tenet screening.
Said the oldest man ever. The way you said it, just like the contempt.
The Tenet thing was cool because there was like the Tenet pieces in the game, and like you would run by them, and they'd play the stupid soundtrack. That game is something else. It's just insane.
Great. Now we lost our sponsorship to Fortnite.
That game is a giant commercial, is what it is.
Basically,
it's cool if you're cool with commercialism, you know. But
I am, I'm totally.
Yeah.
You called it Ready Player One, though, didn't you?
I did, because here's the thing: is when I was playing it, like when I was playing to try and like earn levels, and I was very surprised at how much easier it was to win. I've never won games in Fortnite ever before. But then I won 3 out of like 5 games that I played. And I was like, wow, I'm amazing now. But what the funniest thing was, is when I was playing with it, there was a guy that was wearing a Daredevil skin. There was another guy wearing a Morty skin from Rick and Morty. And then there was another guy wearing some anime skin from like stuff that I don't watch. And I could tell it was some IP that is popular to some people. Naruto. And I just thought it was funny. No, it wasn't Naruto. I know what Naruto looks like.
It's something you don't watch.
Crossover.
So then it wasn't Bible Black, and it wasn't Goblin Slayer.
It wasn't the Naruto character. It might have been another character. Are there other?
Have you ever seen it on a waifu pillow?
None of the ones that I own. None of the ones.
Okay.
But what I just thought was really funny is it's like, and then that team, we won a game. And I was just like, this is hilarious. This is what this game is now. It's Ready Player One, where you just get to go in to a video game world and just be the person you want to be the avatar you don't want to be. And I just thought that was really cool. It is the closest thing that we do have to what Ready Player One, because they're going out and buying licenses to all of the things that people love.
If you go into a car, like there's radio stations now, and you can swap the radio stations, and they're playing like licensed music from like current licensed music, which is kind of cool.
Oh yeah, there are full on emotes with the same music that I hear on TikTok.
You can do dances by Dua Lipa, Megan Thee Stallion, Da Baby, which is questionable.
Oh, Da Baby's alive and well in Fortnite. He's not on the radio.
They took him out of Fortnite. I was pretty. I paid for the Baby dance, and they took him out, and then they put him back in.
Oh
yeah.
They decided he was good enough.
The baby was good.
Yeah.
Good to go.
But I will say, before we get way too off track, Spider-Man is awesome looking in it. I have the emote where he like gets to, swing up or like hover upside down on his web, or hang upside down, whatever. He's hovering because I don't know where the web's going. It's just going into the air.
The Crane Guild.
They got to add they added the pointing. The pointing's the emote, another emote.
Oh, they have the pointing.
No, he has the point too. I have that one as well.
I guarantee the dance is going to be an emote in like 2 weeks.
Yes.
We'll see. Yeah,
I'm all in for that.
But it's fun. So if you like Fortnite, check it out. But like, I do think it's a really interesting thing that if you wait long enough, the thing you love the most is going to end up in Fortnite.
Like I got Tron Legacy skins at Fortnite. Like that was
there you go.
Biggest shot in the dark.
Yeah,
but on the Dennis's,
they'll have Joanna Angel and Sasha Grey in Fortnite pretty soon.
Eventually,
they'll be there. They'll be there.
I need them.
There are definitely people that look like them.
Hopefully, they have Sasha's secret move that she does.
God.
Anyways,
Dennis's second favorite Marvel game this year now.
Let's look her up. We'll
put that on the screen really quick. Yeah, Google it.
Guardians of the Galaxy wins.
I saw that
game at the Game Awards, which were yesterday afternoon.
Evening. I want to say I saw all the award winners last night, and I got like, this is not a knock to the people who worked on these games. I know the amount of work that goes into these games and stuff. But I kind of want to put a big pandemic asterisk on 2021 for all the games that were the only games available to be nominated for things, because this was a rough year for video games, man. Because like, it turns out of all the games that won, I played like 3 out of like the 5 of them, and I got to tell you, maybe Metroid was the only one that I thought was worthy of the awards it won. But like It Takes Two and Guardians of the Galaxy, that's a rough year when those two win.
I mean,
like,
there was also there's the other like shitty boss situations going on that just made that award show just really gross.
Deathloop was on there too.
Deathloop won a bunch, but It Takes Two won best game
of the year. What are the Elder Ring?
Best game?
Game of the year. Game of the year. Yeah.
Wow.
And I have It Takes Two. I bought it on a recommend because like we were looking for something to play 2-player.
Isn't that like a divorce game?
It's a divorce game, and it's kind of boring.
How do you bring that up to your spouse to play?
Well, we didn't know it was a divorce game until we were playing it, and now we're not together anymore. Thanks, game. Thanks, game. Yeah.
What a handy game then! For only $59.99, you can get a divorce. That would save so much money.
I'm kidding. All right, I know she's probably watching, and you're welcome to be on the comments. And thank you for shutting our dogs up.
It's like, honey, why do you have all these platinum trophies for It Takes Two?
I got some news for you, babes. Yeah.
It's an okay game. I'm not gonna say it's a bad game. Like it has its qualities, but like I never finished it because we were kind of bored with it.
What's the premise of this game?
Oh man,
it's a 2-player co-op game
with a racist book in it.
The racist book.
What's the racist book?
Yeah, it's a two-player platformer co-op game, right?
Why is it a divorce game?
It's these parents are getting a divorce, and their daughter basically makes a Disney style wish and curses them into 2 little dolls. Mm-hmm. And they wake up in dolls of themselves, and they look like they can actually see themselves passed out in their house. Mm-hmm. And so they have to traverse their yard, their backyard, and the garage, and all these elements.
They
of
have
the
to
house,
work together to undo.
But miniaturized.
Yeah.
And you fight like bosses. Like the vacuum comes alive, and all these dumb. It's silly. Like there's cool ideas in it, but it's just another one of those 2-player games like Trine or whatever. Like where you just have to like, I can do these powers and you can do these powers. If we do these things together, we can get to the next room. Like
dude, this aesthetic is really cool.
The aesthetic's all right. Yeah.
Like marriage, if you work together, you can do some cool stuff.
Yeah. But the whole time they're working stuff out about their relationship, and they're getting greeted by this book that's got the most like thick Mexican like mariachi like bandolero accent going on, and he like does finger guns at you, and like it's weird.
Does he go I when he does the finger guns?
I don't think he does I, but I don't want to promise that he doesn't do I.
That's amazing. Is he like Go Gomez from the Dick Tracy cartoons? Man,
sure,
that guy was the worst.
Oh man.
Anyways, congrats to Guardians of the Galaxy for winning Best Narrative.
Yay!
And just so that we know, like, what do you guys think on the scale of 1 to 10? How was this piece of news for you guys? How enthused were you by this one?
I'll give Ricky a Guardians of the Galaxy on that news.
Okay, nice.
Best narrative.
Like
yeah.
Nice. Got it.
All
what else you got?
Take it as you will.
Destin Daniel Cretton set for a Shang-Chi sequel and also a Disney Plus show. So this came out while Feige was doing the rounds for Spider-Man No Way Home. That there was going to be a sequel to their biggest hit to date, Shang-Chi, or biggest hit of the year, Shang-Chi. And that he's also going to be in charge of a Disney Plus show. But it wasn't specified on what that show was, which a lot of people are saying it's going to be a 10 Rings show, which was kind of teased at the end of Shang-Chi. But who knows?
Oliver, I'm curious. I don't think I've ever gotten your official take on that movie.
Why you got to ask Oliver?
Because I'm asking Oliver. Because I know your takes on that movie.
I said it a little in our Slack. I liked it. I just thought, but okay, I understand it was an origin movie, but I just thought it was too like Asia centric. Like it would have been cooler if all the Asian cast and the majority Asian cast were in America or in white people land being Asian versus like Asians in Asia. You know what I mean? But I understand that they had to go back and tell his past and tell the story. But I mean, going to this, ancient kung fu wonderland and fighting a dragon, like it's so stereotypical, right? Like it was much more fun when they were in San Francisco, and then there, the whole Muni scene was because I'm up here in San Francisco, and so that was all like, this is my backyard. Like I could have seen that, right? Like, but the mythical village and dragon, it's just like, how many times have you seen that already, right? Like, so I liked it
on Disney Plus several times this year.
Yeah, you get Raya, and
Mulan. Yeah.
No,
there's no Mushu and Mulan.
Yeah, whether or not you saw Mulan, it still exists. Mulan. No, we're talking to Oliver. But yeah, no, I fully agree with that. It just I think it reached too far, like too soon.
But do you want more? Would you want more?
Yeah, I'd be interested in a part 2 now that the past is, the origin has been set. The origin movies are, for the most part, kind of lackluster because they have to like go and explain everything, So
yeah,
I'm interested to see where they go from here because Colleen, also my wife, who is not this.
Thank God.
Not sexy? I don't understand.
But she was like,
I thought you meant this face.
Yeah. She said the first half was 10 out of 10. And then the second half, she was like, kind of fell off. So she really enjoyed the first half as well. And then the second half kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fairness, like that's a lot of Marvel movies. It's like, I wouldn't even say halves, I'd say like, I really, really loved the first third of Shang-Chi. It was enjoyable to me. As soon as they left San Francisco is where it just became not fun for me. But like, that's not fair to just say that, about Shang-Chi. Because like when I was watching that assembled for Black Widow, I'm like, oh man, I forgot how much I love the first 2/3 of this movie. I thoroughly enjoy the first 2/3 of Black Widow. And that last third just kills me, man. It's just like, oh, why? And it's so many things. Like I would say The Eternals is one of the only movies where I actually like the last third of it more than the rest of it.
The other
I wonder how much. Oh, good.
The other one being Wonder Woman, Part 1.
Oh well, I mean, there's a lot more than that. Like I would argue that I know it's a hotter take. I know Frank kind of feels it, but like Endgame kind of, as much as it's a spectacle at the end, like it does get a little messy in that last third.
Yeah. Simu was at the Video Game Awards last night and was also at the Kanye concert last night. So
he also hosted Saturday Night Live like a week
Saturday Night Live
a week or two ago. Yeah.
Go Simu.
Yeah. And he was on Hot Ones. Yeah. By the way, Tom Holland was on Hot Ones yesterday.
I did not add this in the news, but we got a little update from Tom Holland about his next 3 Spider-Man movies that were kind of confirmed by Amy Pascal last week.
Oh my gosh. Thank God the audio people have no idea.
The people that normally watch our show couldn't possibly know this, but after the soapbox last week, I think it was, we spent like an additional 2 hours.
It was like an hour. It was an hour.
Was it only an hour? Okay, it felt like 2 hours then.
Longer than we anticipated.
And it wasn't the full hour. Wasn't that part of it? Was another conversation. But yes, we
spent at least a full hour talking to Ricky, or trying to talk Ricky into believing that Amy Pascal was not lying to us when she said that there was going to be some more Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
Basically.
And Ricky doesn't believe it still.
I don't believe it was set in stone. Which her phrasing made it sound like it's something that they want to do, which is obvious.
But we're not going to spend another hour doing that. So,
anyways, the quote from Tom Holland as of today, that's not accurate at all. The new deal was struck up with this understanding between 2 studios that should Marvel want me to appear in one of their movies, then it would be an open conversation. I don't think of it as black and white, as I have a 3-picture with Marvel and a 3-picture deal with Sony. It's just an open conversation and open dialogue between Mr. Iger and Mr. Rothman. So it's
Iger's not involved anymore.
But
are you sure that quote's not from 2016?
No, it's they're the ones who made that deal originally, and while they're transitioning out of their respective companies,
Iger's not there anymore.
Iger's still on, but he's not.
Is he?
He's not fully out yet.
Oh, I thought he was out. Okay.
No, I don't think he's out till like next year. But
I'm not watching another Sony Spider-Man ever again.
But it's not set in stone.
What the hell? Into the Spider-Verse 2 looks amazing.
Oh, fuck. We didn't even talk about that. I didn't even have that in the news.
Oh, no.
What the hell, Ricky?
We got the Into the Spider-Verse 2 trailer. It snuck up on us.
Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. I guess they're breaking it into two movies.
Or the trailer was Part 1.
I think that the more I look at it, the more I believe it actually is being broken up into multiple movies.
It was part 1 of 2 movies. I think that's what they said, right?
I don't know. We don't know.
They won't spoil that. They only want to spoil one Spider-Man movie.
Ask Amy Pascal, Ricky.
Yeah, let me ask her.
Yeah.
She'll be like, it's definitely, maybe, probably, but certainly going to be 2 parts.
How did you leave that out of the news?
You know what?
That was the best thing of
cartoons aren't real.
The only thing that came as close to Across the Spider-Verse Part 1 was the Sonic the Hedgehog trailer 2 that dropped today, I think.
When did the Spider-Verse news drop? It was last
Monday.
I think it
was Monday. It was amazing. I loved it so much. And it was so little. It wasn't even like an actual trailer. It was just scenes,
like a continuation of the ending of last movie.
2 scenes from the movie. Yeah, two short edited scenes. Did you watch it, Oliver?
I did.
What'd you think? It's a cartoon.
Cool. No, my point isn't it's a cartoon. It just, you keep saying it's the best Marvel movie or whatever qualifier you give it.
It's the best superhero movie.
It's period.
Right. And so my thing about it being a cartoon is if you made that into a live action movie, it would not be nearly as good as you think it is.
But why would you make it into a live action movie?
Because you can't.
I think the animated work makes it better
stories. Yeah, you can tell stories in all types of mediums, and that doesn't make them any less of a movie or any less of a story.
Yeah, but it's
you choose
easier.
the medium. You choose the medium that best serves the story.
Sure, but it's so much easier to like visually convey that. You know what I mean? Like, it's.
I think that's the point, though, because they're highlighting all of the Spider-Men in the multiverse, and in the comics, each of the Spider-Mens have different art styles. Sure. Aside from being different in power sets too.
But I mean, but even just like the visuals of the whole thing, the flying through the airs and the going across the multiverses, like I just think it would have looked really dumb as a live action.
You're giving my wife an aneurysm right now, just so you know.
I could agree with Oliver on some things because you guys are ganging up on Oliver, so I'm gonna fight for Team Oliver right now. And I think it would look dumb, like 60s Batman. Like, do you want Spider-Man to hit someone and it says like "fuck," Biff, or like whatever? It would look cheesy in live action.
I could be convinced.
Wait, I'm not arguing that it wouldn't look cheesy in live action. I'm arguing that is the reason to make it animated, is because it looks better that way.
Right. So I'm just saying it can't be it's apples and oranges, though, to me. Like,
I don't think it's fair to say that it's easier. One is easier than the other, though.
Oh, I think that's very fair to say.
He prefers a Spider-Man with 3Ds and not with 2Ds.
Because look at the voice actors that play them. Only a few of them can probably play those characters.
Right, but you're just looking at it from the point of view of just the actors themselves.
No, I'm not looking at it from just the actors themselves, because they would also getting those actors together and making a believable set would not be as easy to convey as it would be in animation.
Well, because in fairness, a believable set is not something that's actually very often achieved in a Marvel movie either.
Well, no, and I'll give you that, but like in some of the earlier Marvel films, they used like practical effects. Yeah, and those sets, I think, came off as a lot better. Like
they don't now. That Muni scene that you love, Oliver, that was a piece of a bus that they moved to Australia, and they filmed it on a giant green screen, and that was
some
it.
Stuff on location.
I'm okay with like the green screen and stuff. It's just, I don't think they could have pulled off the same vision in a live action film. Like
I'm not arguing that. I don't.
Right. So that's why. But you're saying you can't argue that. So that's why it's apples and oranges. Like the fact that they can't do it in one and can do it in another. That's why I can't like let that be part of the greater like MCU like comparison.
Well,
and that's also
not my Spider-Man says
to address
Oliver.
what Lindsay's saying. That's also why they can't be compared to live action, because live action does come off as cheesy because you see like Shang-Chi fighting the Dweller and it looks all weird. Yeah, it looks all goofy. Or like the whole Spider-Man. I know it's not MCU, but like the Spider-Man CG not aging well and stuff. But if you watch like Into the Spider-Verse in a couple years, it'll still look pretty cool.
Yeah. It'll look consistent with itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of the MCU movies kind of fall in that regard.
Or like the Scorpion King, The Rock.
Yeah, that looks amazing, and
it's about power.
Definitely holds up to this day. He does the eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm saying that
we had to have the Scorpion King so we can get him in Moana. Like he needed that eyebrow tech.
Just because they're different types of technology and techniques being used to make them, I don't think makes either one less of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's both not a movie. You just can't compare it to the other live action MCU movies.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can, and I do.
Yeah, you can.
I can and I do. It's a tighter story. And they accomplish more in their story than any MCU movie has done. Like and they completely refute the argument that a Spider-Man movie fails when it has too many villains in it. It's not about that. It's about how you manage the villains. You know what I mean? And I think that's what is the biggest lesson to learn that any movie can learn from that. And that has nothing to do with whether or not it's animated or live action. It's just about learning how to utilize your characters that you have in your story.
Right. Mm-hmm. But even if the story is amazing, if it's visual diarrhea, you're not going to want to watch it.
I mean, hey, I didn't say Shang-Chi was visual diarrhea. All right. That's you. Like that's
I didn't say it was visual diarrhea. I was just saying.
Oh, I thought that's what we were talking about. Okay. Gotcha. No. All right.
Moving on.
I would say that was a spicy piece of news.
That's why I didn't add the Spider-Man news. I didn't want
forgot.
I didn't want conflict on the show.
You didn't want conflict.
A little bit of comic book news. We haven't had that in a long time. Captain Carter getting her own series, going on sale.
God, who animated next year? Left one? Jesus Christ!
A new costume too.
But who that?
Who is that?
This surprises me zero.
This is gonna be run by Jamie McClevey.
Did Jamie McCleavy's 12-year-old daughter draw that one?
No, Marika Cresta drew it.
One of the right's drawn okay. The one on the left, my God, I had
the left's like a test thing.
It was like a
test thing. That's probably a cover they're gonna sell you, man.
That's your next action figure. So
this is a repaint of the other two. I already
toy of that will be in your house.
I have two Captain Carter toys already.
We'll make room for another one.
That's funny.
Cool.
Zero excitement, but I'm sure there are people that are excited for it. So cool. And I'm only not excited because she's already existed in the comics. What, she was in the Exiles, right, Frank?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We talked about that when the show came out.
Yeah. She's already
the writer and artist duo. They're known for their work on Dr. Aphra, Star Wars comics.
Wow, that's a. I guess it depends on which circles that's considered a deep cut, but.
Dr. Aphra? I've never heard of that.
Dr. Aphra is a Star Wars character that's only in the comics, I believe.
Yeah.
Aphra, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Dr. Aphra. Yeah. So cool. I mean, it's a fan favorite comic book Star Wars character. So.
Dude, I like her look. She looks awesome.
Yeah. Cool. They made a figure of her last year, I think. Anyways, yay, Captain Carter.
Yay, Captain Carter.
Yay, Captain Carter.
All right. Is that all you got, Ricky?
That's all I got. Is it game time?
I think it's time. I think it's time we spice things up with a little trivia. Let's do it. All right. It was my turn to do a contest of champions this week, and I was trying to explain it to Oliver before the show. We have been having fun, like creating different games for everybody to play. That includes the audience as well. So this time around, I thought instead of everybody yelling out answers, I thought it'd be cool if you guys worked as a team to try and get the correct answers, and to incentivize you. Well, one, no freaking Google. All right. No searching, no using the internet to figure out your answers. And what we're going to do is we're going to do place that power. And I'm going to show you a series of slides with characters and a description of a power. And you have to guess which of the characters it belongs to. If you get all of them right, I am willing to eat a chicken nugget that I have here next to a pile of Hot Ones Apollo sauce. I will rub that thing in the hot sauce and I will eat it.
That's the last one, right? Like the last dab.
Yeah,
Apollo?
It's the last dab. Yeah.
You just want to eat the nugget. Like, we don't have to do a game. Like,
well, I can eat the nugget with or without the sauce, but I'll eat the sauce if you guys get all 5 right.
All right.
Okay. And
have you tried the sauce yet?
Yeah, I've had all the sauces.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all right. Don't worry. If I die, I mean, you guys continue my legacy. Do the show.
The show will go on.
Your credit card's under StreamYard, so we're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, good.
But then just to be clear,
so much sauce.
If you don't get them right, what do you guys want to do? You guys want to like
you're gonna mail the nugget to us. You're gonna cut it in thirds.
Yeah.
Send it.
In 3 to 10 business days, we'll have a nugget.
Oh no.
Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do? Is it?
Oh Jesus!
I'm pretty sure it's one of these.
Yeah, I've got a ramekin of vodka. I couldn't find our shot glasses. I know they're around somewhere, and I know I broke a couple in the move.
Okay, you got shot glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And then I will remove that user, and those are gone. Okay. Those are gone off of YouTube. Don't worry. Anybody watching after this will never see that stuff.
Great. We lost a paying fan now. That's fantastic.
But people in the chat, feel free to keep chatting with us, just so that we can.
Other people,
other people in the chat, feel free to keep chatting with us.
Oh, wow.
So we don't have to see this.
That's why we need Captain Carter
again.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But she can't throw what is it, motorcycles as well as Steve.
Yes. All right. So with that said, I'm going to show you place that power. It's gonna be. I'm gonna give you a chance. I'm gonna give you a fair warning. This time around, I didn't necessarily go with the power that that they're best known for.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like Hawkeye's bird talking.
You know what I mean?
I don't think Hawkeye talks to birds.
Or Falcon's bird talking.
I think you guys understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So here we go. Here's the first one.
Hands up. Ricky, Google it. Google it in Morse code wink.
No Morse code wink.
That's Taskmaster. That's a Taskmaster.
So what we got is we got Taskmaster and Echo, and the power that or ability I put in my description.
Like if Echo can do that,
hold on,
Ricky. Be the dumbest thing ever.
For the audio people, we need to actually explain what it says before you comment on it.
Okay.
They can read, write, and speak foreign languages after seeing them written or spoken once.
Yeah, it's Taskmaster, 100%. Because
I have no idea. I didn't even know who Echo was until Hawkeye. So,
well, Echo is deaf, and I feel like just hearing you.
But they showed it in the show.
You need to hear to speak a language, but just to be able to speak with the right tones, it's not something that's possible if you can't hear. I just don't think that's possible.
So
that's why it's a power, Ricky.
Yeah, I just want to clarify. Are you saying that in the Marvel universe, people shouldn't be able to do things that aren't possible? And also, you're muted.
Am I?
Oh, you were.
No.
You were for a second. You were.
Oh, yes.
You're saying yes. Okay.
Yes.
So the cool thing is, as a reminder, it's not just Ricky chooses the answers, guys. It's all three of you together.
Oh, I'm going with Ricky on this one. I think it's Taskmaster. I don't think Echo.
I'm gonna guess it's Echo
because I'm pretty sure she just watches movements and can mimic.
I'm sure she can read, write, but the speaking, no. I just don't see the speaking.
Okay, final answer from the
team. I feel like we're gonna be wrong though if we go with
and you're wrong. It's Echo.
That's bullshit.
So while it's bullshit, that's her whole ability. That's how she operates. That's how she can do everything. She has the ability to mimic any movement, and her goddamn name is Echo. So 2 thumbs down on anybody who doubted her ability to speak other.
Is she like partially deaf in the comics?
I believe she's fully deaf.
Yeah, she's full on deaf.
That makes
and she talks to whoever she needs to because she can see their muscle movements and everything.
So she can speak. She can speak.
Yeah,
she can speak the language by watching someone else speak it,
or see it written.
How would she know what she's? How would she know what she's even saying?
I should have gone with what DK said because that's correct. I should have known that Taskmaster's totally dumb.
You should just listen to me.
I should have listened to Oliver.
If you're watching someone speak a foreign language and you can mimic their language to a T, you won't even know what they're saying. You wouldn't know what they're saying.
Also, this, Ricky.
No, but
I'm not saying deaf people can't speak.
Not in Ricky world. Not in Ricky world.
You wouldn't know what you're saying. So if you don't know what you're saying,
Ricky, are you having a real problem with the concept of power?
I'm saying a dumb power.
You know what's a dumb power? Is every superhero that can fly. I can't do that. I don't know any human being on this planet that can fly.
Yeah, what a dumb power.
That's a dumb power.
It doesn't make sense.
Sorry, audience. There will not be a Apollo hot sauce wing eaten tonight. But
like if I speak perfect Japanese, like I watch someone speak Japanese, and I copy them.
It sounds to me.
I wouldn't know what I'm saying. Like, how would I know what I'm saying?
Did you see Seacow Soda's ableist assumptions 1? That's so good.
Ableist assumptions.
Oh my god, I'm gonna be canceled now.
Yeah, great. Now you're canceled.
Yeah, you're pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. All right. Well, that was the softball I was giving you guys. So I'm a little worried for you going forward from now.
We can make it up. We can make it up.
All right, here we go.
Logic doesn't apply.
All right. Madam Mask and Mask. One of these, at least one of these, is resistant against most mental attacks.
The only mask I know is Matt Tracker and the cars that turn into it.
What about Jim Carrey?
Oh, well.
You don't know Jim Carrey?
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I'm gonna go with Mask on this one. I'm pretty sure Madam Mask is just
lady in a mask,
enhanced human. Yeah.
I don't know either of these, but
the
zombie guy doesn't seem like he would have mental abilities. But maybe her like metal mask will reflect kind of like Magneto.
It's like the Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Magneto.
The last one was on the right square. This one has to be in the left square. That's how it works.
All right. Let the record know whatever they choose. I'm choosing Mask, regular Mask.
Okay.
Not the Madam version.
So you guys refuse to team up and work as a team.
We are now working as independent agents.
Okay,
we already lost, right? Like we didn't get all of them right.
Cool. So yeah, Madam Mask has trained her mind to be resistant against most mental attacks. She also backs up her memories daily via a Cerebra scanner to safeguard against their being tampered with.
Oh no! I'm on my own team. I'm failing.
I didn't know Quasimodo was in the comic book.
Mask is a shapeshifter that can assume the identity of other people. So he's kind of like Mystique, but he's like way more busted looking.
Is that's his normal form though?
Busted or busty?
He's like a sexy Mystique.
Yeah, he's a sexy Mystique. Okay. All right. 0 for 2 so far, guys, as a team.
They won.
Okay, all right.
Team Ricky and Oliver.
No, I said I went with you. I did zombie guy like you did.
Oh shit! Oh no! Okay, so never mind. We lost. We're losing.
Okay, all right. Let's keep going though.
All right, best 3 out of 5. Let's go.
All right, and in this, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. In the spirit of Madam Mask versus Mask, I was like, hey, that's kind of fun. Let's do Ghost versus Red Ghost.
Mm.
And the power is intangibility.
Like you can't touch him?
Well, we know that's Ghost, but now I'm trying to think.
What
is
is
he trying to trick us with like wordplay? Because I'm pretty sure Red Ghost can do it too. So I'm gonna say both.
What is intangibility? Define that for me.
That's when you can't be held. You can't be held accountable for your actions. It's like
like Jeffrey Epstein.
It's Jeffrey Epstein. Exactly.
It's when you can't, basically you can't be touched. You become like Vision,
like MC Hammer, But
that's
Vision,
phasing. Phasing and it's not the same.
Phasing is the act of becoming intangible.
Yeah, but when you phase, don't you phase into a different
is he? If I try to touch either of these people, are they dodging out of the way, or are they?
No, your hand would like go through.
No.
I go through them.
If your hand goes through a person that they are intangible, they have the power of intangibility.
All right, I'm going robot dude left. Ghost.
Robot dude.
Ghost. That's robot dude.
I saw Ant-Man. Ghost. She phases.
I'm gonna go with the guy on the right, because if he wasn't intangible, someone would have backhanded him across the face for that outfit and been like,
"You don't like his mini skirt,
baby."
His bare-chested.
Looks like a barista.
You guys are so amazing at playing as a team together. I just want to point out.
Ghost.
Frank has said both. Ricky said Ghost, and Oliver said Red Ghost. That's pretty much.
It's a trick. It's the ape. It's the super ape.
The only answer you didn't give is none. That's the only one. But
wait, maybe someone in the audience.
Or is it the monkey? Is it the orangutan?
It's the monkey.
Let's find out, guys. It is both. It's Ghost and Red Ghost. He just happens to also. Wow. I mean, at least my answers are accurate, Ricky. I'm just saying.
I'm back on the board, guys.
Frank is back on the board. We
each have one.
We each have one.
All right. Here
All right,
we go,
this is the
guys.
tiebreaker. Who wins out of the three of us?
And in honor of Oliver being here, I had to do a round of Rob Liefeld.
Nice.
Hey, look at those feet. Look at those feet.
I couldn't not do it.
And those pouches.
We have Lady Deadpool versus Shatterstar, and the power Hollow Bones.
He is grown as an
artist. What does that do? Hollow Bones. That
makes you lighter. Makes you lighter.
Is that really what it is?
Look at the angle of the gun, and then look at the angle of his sword. Oh my god.
Well, it's a female. It's Lady Deadpool.
Yeah, that's what. But like, Jesus.
Look at his hand. What's his arm doing way back there? That's awesome. He only has one hand.
See, I decided to distract you guys by showing
both arms merge into one hand.
Liefeld pictures to distract.
Yeah, like why would you hold a sword like this?
Because you're shattered. Because you got hollow bones like Shatterstar.
All right, keep it going. What do you think?
Lady Deadpool. Shatterstar looks dumb. That's why.
I don't know what would hollow bones even do.
Yeah, like
you have no bone marrow, so you can't fight. Like, you have no immunity. You can't get you can't get leukemia. Like what?
You could shove extremists in there. And
just to be clear, I did say before this is one of their lesser known powers. They probably have other ones to balance it out.
How does that even get brought up? Like, oh yeah, she's cool, and by the way,
my bones
she has hollow bones. Yeah.
So what's the answer from everybody?
Peter Jackson movie?
I'm going Shatterstar.
Lonely Bones?
I'm going to go with Shatterstar's Hollow Bone.
I think it's with Kevin Bacon.
Lady Deadpool.
All right. So Ricky's the worst at this game.
Yeah.
Hollow Bones.
We're beating Ricky now.
You're beating Ricky. It is Shatterstar, who is the son of what was it?
Nova.
No. Jor-El.
Sorry, I'm trying. No, Long Shot and trying to remember his mom.
Is it Dazzler or is it?
It might be Dazzler, actually. I think it is
Dazzler.
But among his many powers, his bones are hollow, making him far lighter than he looks, and further increasing his athletic and acrobatic skills.
It counterbalances the pouches. That's why he keeps pouches on to give him some weight.
He's the son of Dazzler and Longshot. All right. Last one. We're going way long on these, but I really am enjoy listening to you guys have completely different answers every time.
All right, let's do this.
Last one. Final one. Here we go. Spider-Man 2099 and Jubilee. The power
this is
fangs.
2099. I know this one.
Oh, this is Jubilee. Oh, it might be both. Shit. I think it's Jubilee definitely because she's a vampire now.
She didn't have fangs in the comics or in the movie, so.
In the comics?
I'm going by the 1990s cartoon. She did not have fangs.
Oh, if we're going by the 90s cartoon, then it's none of them.
All she could do is do like little
historically. Spider-Man 2099 has fangs. So,
all right, so both.
Historically, trick question. They both do.
Yeah.
Oh man, Ricky, you're just so resistant to being wrong.
I feel like you can't pick both answers. That's dumb.
Why?
That breaks the rules.
Why does it break the rules
of this sacred game?
I literally did this the last 2 times we played this game. Also,
the sacred game.
Yeah,
you violated the secret.
I'm gonna call the ethics committee.
Every time we've ever played this game, I at least do one answer is both. And I also say that at least one of these people has that power.
I don't remember. Why does Miguel O'Hara have fangs?
That's just what his mutation occurred with when he got the
spider
stuff. Because they all manifest differently. He also has telepathy, which is a different thing. I consider doing something with telepathy, but
he's also.
But so the Shatterstar. Does Shatterstar just have a compromised immune system?
No, he has like superhuman everything else to to
counteract his
offset that.
Offset the lack of bone marrow.
Healing, all this. He's got too many powers. It's a lot. But just to be clear, this is a trick question that I would forgive you guys if you got right for if you said only Spider-Man 29, because this was a portion of Jubilee's life, but they have since found a way to undo the vampirism. But it was a giant arc. She actually goes and bites Wolverine, turns him into a vampire, and then they go and take over a bunch of mutants, and it's a whole thing. But luckily Cyclops planned on Wolverine getting bit, so there was nanobots to combat the virus and all these things, and they made a cure for vampirism and only gave it to Jubilee, and there you go.
That's cool.
So Wolverine's still a vampire?
Well, no, I'm sure he just is fine.
He says blah blah blah.
Yeah, but she was actually bitten by the son of Dracula.
Alucard?
In the comics, yeah, a different son apparently.
Not Alucard.
But that was fun. Thank you guys for playing. I think you guys should do a shot. I'm down to do a shot with you guys to celebrate. I think the audience won. Because... I think
there are no winners in this game. There are no.
Yeah,
actually, we're all winners. Actually, I'm gonna go. We're all winners.
I think I won because that was rather amusing to me to watch Ricky be so ableist and stuff. So, congrats, and let's do our shot, and then let's talk about Hawkeye.
All right, ramekin of vodka.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I think the big loser is the audience because we're 58 minutes in and haven't even said the word Hawkeye yet.
We said Hawkeye.
Let's say it in reference to MASH, though. Let's talk about
We
MASH.
said Hawkeye. Do the button, Ricky.
Hawkeye.
You know what? I don't mind being 59 minutes in and talking about Hawkeye because you know what? I don't respect Hawkeye's time because Hawkeye doesn't respect my time, and that's just the fact. I'm going to try not to be entirely salty about the episode, but we are putting a spotlight on episode 4 of Hawkeye. The title is Partners. Am I right? And for anybody, anybody who hasn't watched Hawkeye and you're an hour into this show, thanks for hanging out. But we're going to spoil Hawkeye.
Well, you kicked him out.
Yeah, I kicked that guy out.
He had some good views on Hawkeye.
No, he did not. But I'll give you the quick recap that I got from somebody who clearly doesn't quite understand this show. I thought it was amusing, so I just wanted to like read their recap that somehow ended up on IMDb. Clint and Kate have a Christmas celebration together, then recover the trick arrows he didn't even spell they right. Used against the mafia with the mafia. Okay,
just the mafia.
Just the mafia. Yeah. With some help from the LARPers Clint met. And
okay, bro.
Then go after the watch from the black market auction and discover that Maya has it. And she's hired some help. Okay, that's like wildly incorrect. For the most part, it gets stuff right, but like I don't believe it was ever even remotely implied that the help that shows up at the end of that episode was hired by Maya. She seemed pretty thrown off by the appearance of that character.
It'd be also weird why they're fighting each other, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought by help she was talking about the LARPers because they seem to be the helpful ones there. And they were hired, technically.
Oh, no, they're saying Maya has hired help.
Like, oh, Maya. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So I did not
that just goes. I really just included that to show you guys never fully trust anything you see on IMDb. It's very questionable.
You're the only one that still uses it.
I'm the only one that still uses it.
He's the only one. Yeah. He's the absolute.
I'm clearly not, because there's a guy writing stuff on there too, bogus stuff. Anyways,
so there's two people. There's two people that use IMDb.
Exactly. I know Frank uses it too.
I won't touch it because it spoiled like multiple movies for me. It has spoiled the movies. It wasn't me looking at the movies beforehand. Yeah.
Oliver, before we go all wild on this episode, why don't you tell me your thoughts on it and how you've enjoyed the season too? Or not, whatever.
No, I've liked it. The thing I hate about the show the most is the damn font of the show. Like
lowercase.
It doesn't fit. It looks like, I don't know. It looks like might as well be papyrus. Like it's just so not. It doesn't fit with
Avatar has the rights in that.
Like, yeah, I don't know. And then I didn't like the trailer.
That's a good hot take. I like that.
The trailer was all like Christmas rom-com, which is very inappropriate. So it just kind of threw me off. The whole like visuals leading up to the show threw me off. But then once I started watching, I thought it was charming. It's cute. Very small stakes. I never thought, oh, you know me. I don't even think Hawkeye should be Avenger. So
that's why you're on. That's why you're on the show.
Yeah.
Like why is a guy who can shoot arrows an Avenger? What's he?
Well,
what's he gonna do?
Take Echo. Echo can do shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, apparently she can copy language.
She can copy languages just by watching your lips.
Yeah, but
that's why I try to talk like a Muppet all the time, so she can't worry about
that. Fun fact: people have a hard time understanding Spider-Man 2099 because of his fangs.
Is that true?
Yeah,
that's funny.
Like when he talks.
Mean.
No. That's mean.
What about Jubilee? Was she understandable when she was a Dracula?
Yeah, I don't know.
When she was a Dracula.
Anyways, sorry, Oliver. So what did you particularly like about this episode, or dislike? Either one. Next, pass.
He's on pass. Next question.
It is what it is. Like the show to me, it's just like low stakes Marvel. It's just like it could be not Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, he's not a superhero. He's just a person.
That's the cool part about the show, because he's a person.
Well, yeah. I guess here's a better question: who or what sold you on this episode? Like, what was the most convincing parts of this episode for you?
Convincing? What was I being convinced of? Like.
Of the immersion, of the experience of being in that.
Knowing that Kate's going to take over, seeing her in the little purple suit was cute. And then, the little fight scene at the end where we get that big reveal from the movie thing. I don't know if we're going to talk about that yet.
Yeah, no, it's spoilers time. You can do it. It's fine.
Okay. I was like, seeing Yelena, I was like, oh, cool. Like, finally, like, is this the first time that something from the movie has come to TV?
No,
WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier and Loki.
And stuff.
What if
and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Maybe just since COVID, I don't know. It just felt like it felt like in this phase, I guess. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but just it just seemed like a new thing. I was like, oh shit, I just watched that movie, during COVID, and now and Yelena Puth is here on TV.
Yelena Belova, aka Florence Pugh.
Yelena Puth.
Yeah.
Puth.
Yeah, she was fun to see. For me, I thought she was a little underwhelming. Like she didn't really like. She did silly.
Her face was covered and like.
Yeah, she did silly things like. They intentionally kept her face covered as long as they possibly could. Even though I could have sworn that mask came off earlier in the fight, and then it still it got back on her head, but I could be wrong. Maybe it was just a weird quick edit or something like that. But yeah,
it looked like she was going to take it off when they got flashbanged.
Yeah. I think that's what it was. I think that's what I thought I saw. But what do you guys think, Frank? What do you think of this episode?
The episode, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was pretty amazing. I really think they're really trying to not sell you on Swordsman being a Dracula. I think they're really trying. They're trying to sell you on him being a Dracula.
A tracksuit mafia.
No. I'm sorry. I'm going with the logic that people that dress and look like Dracula are going to be villains. So in this case, my meaning of Dracula means something different.
Okay, because you have been using Dracula a lot for this last few weeks.
Yeah, I've been saying Dracula a lot. So I don't know. I think the Bram Stoker's family are going to send me a check.
Okay, gotcha.
So
you're saying you don't think Swordsman's a Dracula or a bad guy?
I think he's a bad guy, but I don't think he's in on the entire scheme.
Are you talking about the boy, the fiance?
Jack Duquesne. Yeah.
I think he's just a small piece in the larger scheme.
I'm going to say this episode did a lot to make me believe he is not a bad guy. He was actually the thing that sold me on this episode. I found him to be the most entertaining, and I also found him to be the most adorable because he kept screwing things up, like when he's talking, because he just doesn't know any better. Clearly, like English is not his first language.
Explain it. But then they had to explain that he kept screwing things up.
But,
and then they had to
Oliver, you got to
laugh about it.
But also he has been doing it throughout the whole show. Like he has done it before. Like in the first episode when Kate sees him and she's like, he sees Kate and he's like, what an unexpected surprise. And she's like, aren't all surprises unexpected? And he's like, that can't be right. Like he's always saying that can't be right when he gets corrected. It's just, it was kind of like building up and they finally said, we should probably tell this guy that he sounds stupid. Like I that's what I took it to mean. In case you as the audience hadn't noticed that he's been doing that, so.
And then let's all laugh about it together.
But I appreciated it that, like he called Hawkeye the archer.
Even she laughs at it though. Like there's that moment when they're dancing and she kind of gives like the guard comes down a bit from Kate.
So
I like that. I like that moment.
Is there sorry, I haven't watched your previous episodes, but has there been any inkling that
let's mute his ass now.
Has there been any discussion that Kate's mom might be behind stuff?
Yes.
Because she dresses like Dracula. Well, at least in the first episode, she dressed like hella Dracula. She had the red robes and the butt hair.
I think the running rumor is that she is Madame Mask,
which is why I included her in the game today. Yeah.
So she's not able to be mind controlled.
Yes.
Can't be mind controlled.
So just as a reminder, that's a minor power of hers.
What's her major power?
She uses guns.
She's pretty good at guns. And she has pretty blue eyes.
And martial arts, and she wears a gold mask.
So she's Hawkeye with guns.
They're all Hawkeye. Everybody's Hawkeye.
Yeah, everybody's Hawkeye in this.
Yeah.
Are you saying Hawkeye?
Even the dog.
Everybody's a hot guy in this
maybe
show.
We're saying one or the other. Yeah.
Even the LARPers, they're all Hawkeyes too. Everyone's a Hawkeye. It's gonna be like the end of Three Amigos. Everyone's gonna dress like Hawkeye and run around, and then like Swordsman's not gonna know who to kill. He's got like, oh
No,
man.
all I know
that's Thomas
is
Crown Affair. That's Thomas Crown Affair.
All I know is if I ever met Huey Lewis, I'd be a wreck. That was one of my favorite things that he said in that whole episode. Like it was so good. Like that makes me.
That
it's when she's like kind of tuning them out, like and they're like still talking about her while she's laying on the couch, and he's saying how like because the mom is saying how like Hawkeye has been her obsession for her whole life, and he's like, wow, I'm impressed by her composure, and he says if I ever met Huey Lewis, I'd be a wreck, and I was like, this guy's not evil. It's official. Like he's not because he's too like.
Yeah, you can't like Huey Lewis and be evil.
You don't
That's true.
You don't think there's any crossover between the Huey Lewis and evil people?
Yeah, I don't. You didn't watch American Psycho?
Wait, if you scroll up in the chat, you can see that one guy's post, and it's all like Huey Lewis rules. It's all I'm just liking your video, and then Huey Lewis rules, and then I'm just liking your video.
Also, the guy said life is short. You never know what you're gonna get, dude.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Come on. I did like that. That was so good. You can't like.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong. Yeah,
I know none of them are wrong. None of them are wrong. But I'm officially on Team Swordsman. I don't think he's going to be a bad guy. I think he's being set up as a patsy, and I think that's why his uncle was trying to convince him not to marry Kate's mom.
Right.
Which I can't even remember her name.
Dracula.
Kate's mom.
Yeah, Conjuring mom, aka Dracula. Yes.
Dracul. I think it was Dracula Mask. Actually, that was her name.
Dracula Mask. Yeah, I think that's her name.
But
that's her
name.
Dracula Mask
the episode.
Eleanor Bishop. Right? Eleanor Bishop.
It was fun. It was better. It was better. Part? It's in the top half.
What was your favorite part?
I really liked.
It's in the top half of 4 episodes.
Yeah, it's a valid statement.
It's top two. Top 2.
Yeah, I will say it is top 2 of the 4 episodes.
I like the build-up. I really liked the final sequence, the fight scene, but specifically the beginning and the end. You know, seeing Kate being headstrong and going into Maya's apartment, and also just showing what a deaf person's apartment is. I think that's just has bigger strides in television in general.
Oh, okay. Are you trying to make up for all the shit you said earlier?
Yeah, he's
a bit.
He's trying to backpedal a little bit. Sure.
A bit of back, but once Clint realizes that's. I think it's a little unclear if he knows that's Yelena or if that's just a Black Widow. But seeing the tone shift in him was, I thought that was some good acting by
I never
Jeremy
realized
Renner.
that's what that was. I still didn't realize that's what that was.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I was proud of myself because I realized it before she did, and I was very happy with myself. But that's because one of my favorite movies on Netflix is Hush, and Hush it's a big part of that movie as well. But yeah, no, yeah. By the way, Zico Soto was asking, "Is it weird?" My favorite part was Echo's flashing doorbell and how confused Kate was about it. So, I get that. Those were cool little things.
But when Clint realizes like shit is beyond serious now, I like his because before this he seems to be very. I don't want to say lax, but you know he's going against the tracksuit mafia, and he doesn't really seem fazed by the danger that he's in. I mean, he lets them capture him. Yeah, he seems to be in control of the situation.
Jabroni ass dudes.
Yeah, they're just dudes. Yeah. But when a Black Widow assassin, as he calls Yelena, comes in the picture, who has names of his family, like he's like, oh shit, this is a threat. And
I thought it was Maya Rudolph that had the names.
Yeah. Maya Lopez has his name.
Maya Lopez has the name, but
Maya Rudolph very.
That mixed with seeing Yelena, I think.
You know, so I got a counter to that because like I kind of feel like even if they're showing you lots of things that are upping the stakes, they've shown you enough to imply that the stakes are already bigger than we know. There's something really big going on with this watch. The watch, and it seems like his wife cares a lot about that watch being recovered more than we might have been realizing. Like I've seen a lot of internet theories that are wondering if this is all going to be tied to her. And
in the comics, is she somebody?
Well, that's kind of complicated to answer because in the comics, in regular 616 universe, Hawkeye's not married to someone named Laura, but in Ultimate Universe, he is married to someone named Laura, I believe. And I think they get murdered, right, Frank? In the Ultimate,
Yeah, they kill him, and then he goes on a vengeance spree. But
yeah.
He gets a stupid costume like Bullseye.
Yeah. So, but in the comics, in the regular universe, it's actually Mockingbird is the person that he ends up falling in love with, who is also a SHIELD agent. The weird thing is, like, the speculation is the internet is wondering if Laura is Mockingbird and if they're going to retcon the Mockingbird that's already appeared in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Mock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boomer jokes? I don't get them.
Yeah, these
Boomer
are boomer jokes. These are
Boomer
beyond.
jokes. Jesus
I
Christ.
guess so.
This is before your time.
But anyway, she's another superhero, and the rumor, the internet speculation is that this Rolex has to do with her past because they're starting to think, based on all of the skills that she's been displaying. At first, I was, when I was talking to my wife about it, I was kind of calling her like this Deus Ex Machina that just shows up whenever the episode needs this plot to move forward, because she just gives Clint the next thing he has to go do. And I wasn't really thinking about what that means, but she like is speaking German to hide the conversation from the kids. She's like, she knows.
German?
Yeah.
Did you say German in the subtitles?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was German. Yeah.
The guy in the comments confirmed it.
Yeah.
That's what summoned him.
But there's a lot of little hints going on through the whole season that suggest that she might be S.H.I.E.L.D. or ex-S.H.I.E.L.D., and maybe that's how they met.
Whoa, he was getting down at work. Not professional, Hawkeye.
Not a good idea to do, but it's been done.
Well, on that note, another thing I liked on the episode where when he was kind of revealing to Kate that he was the Ronin, he calls himself a weapon. Like, he's not a hero. Like, his job was to kill people, and the people at S.H.I.E.L.D. were the ones that pointed him in the direction, but he was just a tool. And it's a very it's a mindset you have in a lot of military personnel
to justify the actions.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of
PTSD action with Hawkeye.
Yeah. No, that was a cool thing. I liked a lot more of Hawkeye in this episode than a lot of other ones. But I think for me, like, the thing that really sold him was I was kind of really bitter that in the first episodes we got flashbacks, but never of Nat. And I kept wondering, I was like, are we not going to get Natasha because
it costs money,
because of the whole awkward thing, with the lawsuit and everything? But no, we got her. We actually got to see Natasha in this episode.
The parallel shots with her and Kate,
even the music
and the music. Yeah. They used the music actually twice in the episode. Once when he was telling the story, you could hear it there in the background, the music from Endgame. And then again, when he's holding her over the edge of the building. Yeah. So, but I really appreciated that they finally used it because it sold some of that trauma that he's got going on, like that, like a little bit more. It just wasn't fair to me.
Why he has the Airbud moment with Kate at the end. Like,
please explain.
Basically, have you guys seen Airbud?
No.
A pivotal point in that movie in Airbud is he takes the dog to like an island, and he plays fetch with it. And at one point, he throws the ball, and he leaves. But he's like, "Go! I don't want you. I don't need you," because he can't have the dog for whatever dumbass reason.
That you call that an Airbud moment?
That's Harry and the Hendersons
moment.
That's so many moments.
He needs to have that moment with Kate. Like, although he cares for her, he can't be with her. He can't be around her because this is a very dangerous situation.
Isn't that an ET moment too?
It's a lot of it
as an Airbud moment,
but it's very telling that he thinks of it as an Airbud moment.
As Airbud, it's
and that he at the same time didn't understand a Dumb and Dumber.
Put
quote.
Airbud on
and didn't know the Dumb and Dumber quote. Yeah, for sure.
Bob Iger, if you're listening, none of the Airbuds are on there.
How much is Scarlett Johansson going to sue this show for using her likeness? Do you think She's gonna reopen that wound. She's gonna reopen that wound again.
I don't think they're gonna sue her. She's gonna sue it all for it. I think she's fine with them.
I'm gonna call her up and be like, "Hey, you should sue. You should."
Totally I think that issue's resolved. But what did you think about Kazi when he legit asked Hawkeye, "Can I have my gun back?"
Like, are you talking about Jon No?
Jon No, yes.
How much do you think that gun actually cost? Like, why does he want that back so badly?
Because it's his gun, bro.
You ever go buy a gun? They're like a couple $1,000s.
No, they're
like a couple hundred.
No.
Pistols.
Have you ever gone and bought a gun?
I mean, if you're buying like a ghost gun, which I'm sure he's having, like those.
Wait, one that's intangible? Is it intangible?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Okay, wait. Define intangible first, and then we can talk about the gun.
Oh, it's so good.
I mean, but that kind of goes to my point earlier. Like Hawkeye was in full control of that moment. He had every angle covered. And he was very like frank with Kazi on like, dude, I don't want people to die. Like, I will fuck all of you guys up, kind of. You know, if you can't, if you don't talk to Maya, because you're all just dudes.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what Peter Parker should have done in Homecoming when Vulture had him, and he was talking shit? He was talking all that shit in the car. He's all, "I'll kill you. I'll kill everyone you love."
Like, and then Iron Man, bitch.
That's what Peter Parker should have done. Yeah. And then throw him the Vulture's gun.
Where are we going with this? This is amazing.
I don't know. I think the alcohol is really starting to hit now.
I love it. I love it.
As Frank takes another sip.
That's good. That's good. Keep it fast and loose, guys.
Did you like the LARPers in this episode?
I did not.
I'm glad they called them back. I disagree. I'm glad they called them back because it makes that first episode or second episode or whatever a little more worth it. And also, okay, go on. I was gonna say I know the fate of some of the LARPers. I know, yeah, especially Grills. They have different roles. They serve a different purpose in the comic, and it's a tighter purpose, and it's a better purpose.
There's LARPers in the comics?
No, the people that are the LARPers are like people in this building that Hawkeye owns, and they're renting it. And then
Hawkeye's a slumlord?
Yes.
Yeah. The tracksuit Draculas in the comic own the building, and then Hawkeye buys the building from them. He bullies them into buying the building from the Tracksuit Mafia, and then he charges them like less rent.
Rent is due, bro.
By the way, in the comics, apparently instead of being called the Tracksuit Mafia, they're actually called the Tracksuit Draculas.
Yeah,
that's why Frank keeps saying Dracula so much.
They call them both though in the comics too. They do call them Mafia and Dracula. They call themselves Mafia.
What about this like ever so easy and casual evidence tampering? Like, hey, some girl just walks up, right? Or some girl with a bow and arrow walks up.
It's Hawkeye, though. It's literally the dude that everyone knows saved the world.
Again, another reason I think Jack is totally innocent, because he actually interrupts the conversation to say, "By the way, thank you for saving the world." I was like, this guy cannot be bad. Like, come on.
I think we're all in agreement of that. Yeah. And when he smiles, he just has that like little devilish, voice smile. You know?
Like everyone wants to be part of the hero story, especially like that's where making them LARPers, I think, kind of works to the benefit,
Yeah. So can I clarify why I don't like them?
Yeah.
So it's not that I don't like what they're doing, and it's not that I don't like that they're obviously going to be
the reason Comic-Con every year.
They're going to be the reason that they finally have their suits in the 6th episode. Obviously, that's their one of their primary functions in this show. But what I think my real problem with it is the stakes keep shifting priority. Like sometimes it's the most important thing ever to recover this Rolex and get everybody off of the scent of Ronin. And do it as fast as he can so that he can get home to his family. And then other times he's hanging out in some stranger's apartment watching Christmas movies with Kate, and then having LARPers come over to his house to retrieve his arrows. And you know what I mean? Like, so it makes this weird, it's this juxtaposition of like,
there's no sense of urgency.
Exactly.
No,
when the whole point of him is to be home by Christmas.
You also have it backwards.
Yes.
She came over to his house, and then she slept over at his house. That's kind of weird.
That's not his house.
No,
that's her aunt's house.
That's her aunt's house.
Her aunt's house.
He's hiding out in her aunt's place.
There's only one bed in that house.
No way. Like letting LARPers go to know where Hawkeye lives is not cool. Like that.
Yeah. But
no, that is not what she did. She that's her aunt's place.
She should have just gone home, just slept over where
or her aunt's friends or something like that. I'm not even sure if it's a real aunt. It's just what
Weird that she slept there. Weird that she slept there.
Well, because she felt bad about knowing he was going to be alone for the holidays. Like I understood. I actually don't have a problem with pretty much anything Kate does in the show. I think, like we talked about this, I think last week, right, or maybe this week, in before the show, is that everything the story's doing actually serves her well. Like Ricky was saying, like her, rushing into that, that building at the end of the episode. To do it her way, ride the elevator and all these things. I like it. I like everything that's showing the kind of person Kate is. I just don't understand Hawkeye anymore. Like I don't understand Clint. Like he's confusing to me. Like because there's no sense of urgency with what he's doing.
Like he's getting written off. He's done.
Is that it? Is that what it is? I mean, do you disagree?
I think we're done with Hawkeye. Do you think we're getting more Clint Barton post this show?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind it as long as he understands the mission and sticks to the mission and doesn't go off and do LARPing and watch Christmas movies.
So what do you think it's going to be like? St. Patrick's. It's going to be St. Patrick's Day by the time he goes back.
Yeah, he's gonna do all the holidays.
He's like, oh shit, I missed a couple holidays.
He's like a deadbeat dad spending time with his other kid. then going home to his real family.
By the way, we got a request from the show, but I just noticed it now because of the chaos. More chaos, please. They would like more chaos. So feel free to keep drinking more if that helps with the show.
More chaos emeralds.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, New Year's Eve is only like a week after. They could keep it going.
But do you?
I mean, interesting. You got to keep partying on New Year's Eve.
In fairness, the show actually keeps going till after Christmas. So, like the show ends the week between Christmas and New Year's. So I'm wondering. Yeah. Sorry, no, you're right. Wait,
it ends on Christmas Eve
2 more.
or 23rd.
You're right. There's 2 more. You're right. Sorry. Blame the alcohol.
It's not the 2 more.
You're right. Boba Fett is the week between Christmas.
It's not a 2 more.
New Year's.
But Bubbles' feet.
We got.
I'm curious. What kind of predictions do you have? I threw out the whole rumor about Laura being in S.H.I.E.L.D. What do you have? Any other predictions
aside from a Kingpin?
Yeah, Oliver, are you aware? You're not aware of that theory?
No, I don't know who anybody is.
Did you see in what was it like? The episode where Echo was introduced last week. We got her flashback, and then Uncle shows up, but they don't show his face.
Okay.
People are pretty sure that's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, nice.
Returning as Kingpin. Yeah. Because, like I told you the other day, like that's her origin is very much tied to Kingpin in the comics.
And then Echo, Daredevil, that whole dynamic, or what?
They're intertwined too.
They're intertwined. Yeah.
I mean, it's almost a certainty that that's Kingpin, right?
It's. I would.
Do you think we also get a Daredevil, certainty, given what's an almost a certainty next week?
Not in Hawkeye.
Not in Hawkeye. I mean, but Feige said.
Oh yeah, Feige came out this week and made comments on that. If there was a Daredevil to appear in the MCU, that it would be Charlie Cox.
Have you seen the TikTok of Charlie Cox sitting at home listening to that message or that interview? Oh, it's so awesome. He's like sitting in his PJs on his recliner, and he's just watching Kevin Feige say when that happens, whenever, and he just reaches over and grabs a helmet and just puts on the Daredevil helmet like while he's just sitting in his recliner. It's good. He's coming back, and he's coming back soon. It's nice. It's not even like it's gonna be probably before Vincent D'Onofrio. I think. I think
into the show. He's gonna be in Hawkeye?
No, I think he's gonna be in Spider-Man next week, and then and then Kingpin's going to show up the following week in Hawkeye. It's a 1-2 punch. I think.
Oh
is
man,
what it is.
man, I wish
Brand
Kingpin showed up in
synergy,
Spider-Man.
baby.
If he showed up in Spider-Man with Fancy Dan and freaking Ox, that would be dope.
I would rather Kingpin has a whole separate movie with Spider-Man.
He's gonna turn to Jon Favreau and say, "You remind me of Foggy."
If I could have 3, if I actually do get 3 more Spider-Man movie, I would want one of them to be a Spider-Man Daredevil team up, like
that'd be cool.
Official against Kingpin. With possibly the Punisher involved as well.
Oh, that'd be sick.
The Walking Dead guy Punisher?
Yeah, Walking Dead guy Punisher.
Well, if it's been long rumored that Marvel wants to bring back all of them except for the Iron Fist. It's been long rumored that they all did great at their jobs, and so they're all coming back. And so the implication right now is like Charlie's the first official one. Vincent D'Onofrio has been tweeting all year long about the Hawkeye show without actually ever saying anything. He just retweets all their tweets.
Maybe he just likes it. He just likes
maybe
the
he
show.
just likes Hawkeye. That's all. Maybe he just likes. He's just a big.
He
fan.
doesn't need that show, right?
He likes
so like he hasn't been very subtle, but he's also never confirmed or denied that he's in the show.
He's gonna bring back his character from Adventures in Babysitting.
Thor.
Yeah,
He's gonna bring back Thor.
Character.
He was Thor
in Adventures in Babysitting. Yeah.
Vincent D'Onofrio is Thor. I gotta look this up.
Yeah.
He was Thor.
I joke about it maybe every day of my life.
I mean, not the fact that he was like Thor, the Marvel character, but just that was him. You know what I mean?
That was him. Yeah, he was Thor, and
he's got a helmet at home. He said he did.
He does, but he's most excited about playing Kingpin in Hawkeye.
Yeah. That's definitely him.
Reprising that character, he's bringing back Elizabeth Shue.
Trivia: D'Onofrio and Renner are twin brothers. That's from DK. Probably not true, but I won't block you like I blocked some of the other posters today.
I see it. Wait, so was it Renner that was in MIB then?
What?
So
no,
Jeremy,
that was Vincent D'Onofrio also in Men in Black.
Oh man, yeah, they're twin. I can't tell the difference. I can't tell them apart. I remember D'Onofrio in Mission Impossible. I thought that was really good. This part was pretty good.
Any other predictions before we get going soon?
I think Echo becomes a good person.
I don't think she's going to become good this soon. I think that's her own show.
So you're saying she's getting her own show?
She is. It's already been announced.
It's already announced, yeah.
Why?
We got to see how she learns how to speak the languages.
I think they're giving her a show instead of giving Daredevil a show, but Daredevil's going to be a big part of that show.
Why?
You know why.
Legal reasons.
To build the universe, to build it more, like to have more characters.
She's so uncharismatic.
You know what Phase 4 is all about. You know why she's getting her own show.
But like, what if seen so far?
I thought I was being ableist earlier.
Hey, that's not ableism.
No, that's not ableist. I'm just saying she doesn't have any like presence. Like,
don't worry, Ricky. You're still the only one that's ableist on the show.
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying she's uncharismatic. Like she just every time she appears on screen, it looks like someone like shat in her bowl of cereal, and that's all she does.
She's angry right now, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think she's going to turn good in the next 2 weeks. I think so her arc in Daredevil is she starts as the villain, and she has to go through a journey to realize that her aggression has been pointed in the wrong direction. Yeah, misplaced. Yeah, Daredevil bones everybody. Okay,
like John Walker.
Yeah.
She's got to go through an arc like John Walker.
She's going to go through a John Walker arc, and which is
saying she should smile more.
Which actually is a really good point that you're making, Frank. Is that's probably the actual why we're setting up Echo, because the rumor is we're getting a Thunderbolts, right? And it would make sense that the Thunderbolts is made up of all of these bad characters and also characters with misplaced aggression. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like
characters that mimic the current Avengers, like in kind of power.
Exactly. Yeah. So Echo would fit really nicely in a Thunderbolts world, yeah. But since she didn't get her own movie like Yelena did, it needs a little bit more, because like I think my biggest problem with this episode, this episode and this show, is I'm still waiting for Maya to matter to the story of this show. Like she's there, she's interesting.
She doesn't matter,
but she doesn't matter to the story, And I feel like she's just gonna walk away from this story without actually making an impact.
The only purpose I feel like she's gonna serve in the story is for her to forgive Hawkeye that she killed her dad. Right?
Ooh, if he does, yeah, or she kills Hawkeye.
I'm down with that. Cool.
Could be. You know, why don't they ever shoot her prosthetic leg? Because unlike her jacket, like
that would be ableist. That would be ableist to do that.
I don't think they know she has a prosthetic leg. She's been pants and pants the whole time.
That's true. They don't know yet.
That's true. That's true.
I don't think they were filling up. Yeah, like
they were.
Unless did she kick Hawkeye with that foot?
If she did, that shit would hurt. that thing's got, it's like that freaking leg from Kingsman, like we talked about.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that like she recognized that on that rooftop fight, she looked around, assessed the situation, and it's like, this is not the normal fight that I get into. I'm gonna leave now, and she just dipped out. You know what I mean?
Well,
she's like, you got an archer over there, you got this Avenger here, and then you got like a ninja over here with laser eyes. I'm just getting out of here. Like I'm
this weird shit. I'm out.
My favorite was when Florence Pugh just like T-posed off the ledge. She totally poses.
Wynn says staff with the killing Hawkeye predictions. I think she meant stop, but I'm guessing Wynn is drinking with us as we go along.
Just kill him. He's just a dude.
I thought she was saying that he's going to die of staph infection.
He could easily die of staph infection because he's not Shatterstar, and it would be really easy.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't have bone marrow to produce T cells.
Oh, right there. That picture right there. That's Court of Owls confirmed.
Yeah. I love that Ricky just remembered that he had slides for the show.
Yeah.
As we're probably going to be wrapping this up right now.
Yeah.
But before we officially go, I think Frank, did you have something prepared for us?
Nerd fights.
Just to set it up with something light and fun. It's time for some nerd fights.
Nerd fights this week, custom made for Oliver.
I hope they're always custom made.
Here we go, custom made for Oliver. God. Wanda Maximoff, who's she against? A 1920s gangster. Who wins, Oliver? 1920s gangster or Wanda?
And she is drinking with us.
In terms of ability to do an accent consistently, or just fist fight?
whatever you want to do. Whatever.
You see?
Wanda.
It's on Wanda Maximoff.
Right.
Well, I think in a fist fight or a one-on-one fight, she'll win because she has powers. But
juiced.
I believe a gangster could probably speak a little more consistently than her accent. Yes.
Trick question, because she's both. She's actually both. She's a 1920s gangster. All right, here's the real fight. Wolverine versus Hulk. MCU Hulk. That's Avengers Hulk. So we're not going past 2012 Avengers versus MCU Wolverine or Fox Wolverine.
Well,
am I allowed
Wolverine is the only one that's ever died on screen out of the two of them. So
he's pre-Logan though. Pre-Logan.
Oh, you're saying just from that first movie?
This Wolverine, I think, is from the first one.
Hulk.
He's not ripped. And then 2012 Avengers. So let Oliver answer first, since he's our guest. You're a guest in this house.
I think Hulk could tear him to shreds beyond. Yeah. I mean, like, I guess eventually regenerate, but you could like just literally rip them to tiny little pieces, and then I don't know what will happen next.
Yeah, I think the real question is, do you consider Hulk versus Loki a win for Hulk? Even though Loki walked away from it?
I consider it a win for the Hulk because he put him in his place.
Then I would say the same goes for Wolverine.
You think he puny gods him?
I think he would puny gods him.
Well, rips him in half.
Yeah, Loki's.
He didn't rip anyone in half in the movie.
Well, no, but
all right. Okay, that's fair. Next one. Versus the track. Who's more efficient at taking out the tracksuit mafia? Do you think it'd be Wolverine or 2012 Hulk?
I think Hulk would do it on accident. So I don't know if that's efficient. But I definitely learned from Civil War that he killed a lot of people in the Avengers.
He certainly did.
So I think Wolverine would be more efficient, is what I'm thinking. But Oliver, what do you think?
I agree. Wolverine would be very quick and precise. Instead of bull in a china shop, all the bros would be
All
gone.
the bros. They're like, hey, bro, don't stab
Hey,
me,
bro.
Bros.
Don't slice me, bro.
Puny Dracula. And then
Ricky,
bam,
what do you
bam.
think? Ricky, what do you think?
I like blood, so Hulk.
What?
Wolverine's not going to use his claws in this one, I guess.
Oh, he's gonna just use it to open
He's
doors.
a slicer. Those are clean cuts.
Those are clean cuts.
Yeah.
They cauterize.
You
They're
got
like
some
little
hot
lightsabers.
takes.
You're
Hot
the
takes.
Hulk,
like
like
paper cuts, guys.
smash a face.
I don't think I've seen Hulk do that ever.
There's more guts with the Hulk.
All right,
What are you
last one here. Who's better at delivering pizzas?
Hulk, he can jump.
All right, yeah, I'm sold on that.
Yeah, he could get there pretty
No,
fast.
wait.
And you can carry more of
I,
them.
I got an alternate.
Yeah,
What if somebody fastball specials
yeah. There you go.
Wolverine?
No, because
Like-
the pizza will get cold. You'll fuck up the pizza.
Do
Colossus
you know what a
can do it.
fastball special is?
Is when he throws the Hulk, right?
He throws Wolverine.
No, nobody
when he
throws the
throws
Hulk.
when
Nobody
he
throws the
throws
Hulk.
when he throws Wolverine.
Yeah, if he throws Wolverine with the pizzas,
I don't
and-
trust the Hulk to throw Wolverine and Wolverine to hold the pizza.
Okay, nobody
efficiently.
said the Hulk has to throw Wolverine.
Plus,
It could be
how
Colossus.
many
It could be
pizzas
Colossus.
could Wolverine hold in that maneuver?
He can
As
hold the
many
box.
as Spider-Man is
Yes.
holding right now in that picture.
If Spider-Man
Okay,
can
8
do
boxes.
it, yeah. So
Spider-Man
we're
has
one, two, three,
sticky
four,
hands,
I don't-
sir.
Okay, one, you're adding extra elements to this question
Well,
that I don't think
Wolverine
Frank
doesn't have sticky
anticipated.
hands.
Keep
No
in mind,
comment.
Wolverine's the best at what he does, and if delivering pizza is what he does,
It's
he's
true.
gonna- he's
It's
gonna
You
be
true.
the
just
best.
put one of those
He's-
big DoorDash backpacks on the Hulk. He could probably carry 2 of them.
I think
He
the
can
only
do it.
real argument is if the Hulk uses that scooter that he had in 2012 Endgame.
My thing is, why wouldn't the Hulk just eat the pizzas?
Well, that's not the argument. It's who would deliver it faster.
Who would
Yeah.
deliver?
And I feel like, why would the Hulk even bother to try to deliver it?
Well, why would Wolverine bother to deliver pizzas? What does he have?
Because
to get
he's
out of
the
it?
best at what he does.
the best at
and
what he does.
And what he does ain't pretty.
Yeah,
What does he do?
Whatever he needs to do. He's a weapon. He's Weapon X, bro.
he's Weapon X. Yeah,
Are we
he doesn't want to get
weaponizing
fired
pizza
by Mr.
delivery?
Aziz. Mr. Aziz is gonna fire one of these 2 people.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be
Hulk
Wolverine.
I think Hulk would just punch Mr. Aziz.
I
and
mean,
leave.
Netflix already fired Mr. Aziz, but
Oh, poor Mr. Aziz. All right, that's all I got for this week.
They actually didn't fire him.
he's
still
getting a
had-
comedy special again. Or
He had another season come out this year.
he wasn't starring though.
He's in it, and he
He's in,
produced
yeah,
it.
it's his own thing.
It's his
He's
show.
not in it.
Yes, he's in it. Man, you didn't even watch it, and you're just already hating on him. Get out of here. We're done with Ricky. All right, Ricky's canceled for the night.
Yeah.
It's probably time we wrap it up. Thank you, Frank, for bringing that fun little
Yeah.
interlude at the end, or,
I think
or
based-
diversion.
Based on the votes, Hulk seems to win in most categories except for
I
pizza
think-
delivery.
Yeah, and pizza delivery, I'm gonna fight for Wolverine. Also for efficiency at killing the tracksuit mafia, but it's cool. I understand if you guys want to see the Hulk do it. But we probably need to get out of here because we're running a little over. But see, we still gave Hawkeye plenty of time, and not more time than it deserved.
Yeah.
Would you like it better if the font was different?
I actually don't mind the font because it's the exact same font he has in the comics.
What was it?
Yeah.
Wingdings? What did you say? Wingdings?
It's
It's
the
just
same
like
font
this
he has in the comics.
lowercase, very like
I've never objected to the font, but I can understand.
It would make the
I
David
would-
Aja situation less weird.
I
It
would
was a
say
different
I
font.
don't feel you're the only person I've heard complain about the font. My wife has complained about the font. I'm pretty sure. as
it's just
well.
very round. It's
Why do you
it's
hate
so-
pastels?
It's so I don't know. For lack of a better word,
Why are you
like
body shaming
juvenile or
a font?
I don't know.
It's juvenile. This font is freaking juvenile. This is kids' fonts.
All right.
Kids' fonts. What?
We got to wrap this up. It's time to where we let our true believers know where we can find us. If anybody wants to be found, I have a feeling none of you guys want to be found, so I can just plug the next media.
Not after this week.
Not after this week. Oliver, you want anybody to know where they can find you?
Yeah, but you blocked me already from the chat, so
I blocked you already. Oh, was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Oops.
That was me. Yeah.
I know I shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna put this last comment up here to agree with Oliver.
Yeah.
Mid-century modern. That's funny.
And that's the
Yeah.
end of my pretentious design talk. There you go.
Have fun.
All
It's
right.
like when they rebranded the Gap for like 2 days. Do you remember that? When the
I
Gap,
remember
they
that.
went to the Blue Square and then they went to Helvetica or whatever it was, and the whole like world exploded, and they're like, we're changing it back. But they spent like $2 million on that rebranding.
That's funny. The Gap.
They ain't changing Hawkeye's font in the next 2 weeks. It's not happening. Sorry. All right. I'm gonna let people know where they can find Denix Media. They can find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, obviously, Twitch, and wherever else we can squeeze ourselves into. Random things getting posted.
Your mom.
Your wow. I mean, you know, you gotta go where you gotta go. Any hole's a goal, right?
Oh my God.
That's
and on that note, we're heading to our Patreon.
I'm now not getting canceled anymore. You took on that responsibility.
And now it's time for us to say goodbye. Thank you to Oliver and Ricky and Frank, I guess, also for nerding out with me tonight. And oh yeah, be sure to tune in next week when we discuss episode 5 of Hawkeye. I'm pretty sure it's got to be better than this one. Again, like I said 2 weeks ago. And we'll also try not to spoil Spider-Man No Way Home. Promise. We would not do that to anybody during a pandemic on a movie.
Don't come if you want spoilers.
Yeah, you're getting canceled if you do it. I promise. It's not gonna be good.
Are you gonna go to the theaters and see it?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see about it.
I'm gonna make an effort Thursday night to go see it. So
we'll see.
It's gonna be packed like the first week though. I'm like,
yeah, it will.
Put this booster to work, baby.
Put the booster.
Get some mileage out of this booster.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
before I gotta get another one.
And I'm still trying to wrap this up, even though everybody else is not. Thanks to our patrons for supporting our growth, and to our audience for tuning in. If you had fun, Frank, what can they do?
They can smash that like button the way Hulk would smash through the tracksuit Draculas. Apparently, even though Wolverine, I think, would be more efficient at it, but whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, and also give us money at Patreon, and tell your friends, comment, tell your neighbors, and that's all I got to say.
I'm reconsidering this alcohol as being a good idea.
Heck yeah!
And
should take another shot before the next part of it.
And please remember, because Frank didn't, to like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, that too. Yeah.
And on that Patreon, you'll be able to find us at our after show, The Soapbox, where we're gonna go and be even sloppier right now. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching Den Excelsior. See you next time. Enough said.